friends, it's Whitney, and today I am going to be tier ranking all the books I've read so far in 2020. So I got this idea originally from the Book Leo. She did a video where she just ranked everything that she's read so far, and then I saw recently Throne of Pages do actual tier ranking. So I'll link both of their videos down below. They're both amazing, so if you're not subscribed to them, you definitely should be. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into the video because we've got 67 to go through. So it's been a good reading year. So if I'm looking down, my laptop is just right here. So first I'll go through my tiers. So the tier, like top tier, is would die for these, would literally give my life to these books. Second tier is talented, incredible, show-stopping, like that Lady Gaga moment. Those are books that I absolutely love, but they're not quite, like, I wouldn't die for them. I might jump in front of a car for them, but I wouldn't die for them. Okay, You Cute is just like, alright, like, you were here, you exist, like, we appreciate you, but I'm not blown away. All Pass is like, yeah, like, I read it, I'm good. Good on those, good. And then Gonna Be a No from Me Dog is like bottom tier, like, wish I hadn't read, should not exist, do not recommend. So those are my tiers. Yeah, let's get started. So the first book we have here is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, which is book one of the Grisha trilogy. I did enjoy this trilogy, but it was not incredible. I think, honestly, book one was probably the best of the trilogy. But I don't know. I think I might put it in... Oh, this is hard already. I'm like stuck on the first one. I'm gonna put it in Okay You Cute. Like, we liked her, but not obsessed. Then we have The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, which is actually a book that I tried to read multiple times before I actually completed it this year. I love Maggie Stiefvater. Completely obsessed with The Raven Cycle. That's like one of my favorite series. I think it's right here. Look how beautiful. But this book I had a hard time getting through until I read it this year, and I actually like absolutely loved it. I loved the characters. I thought the plot was so good. It had like Maggie Stiefvater's like classic writing. So I'm gonna put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping because it was great, and like the idea of like racing flesh-eating horse beasts is so fun. Okay, the next one is Wild by Cheryl Strayed, which is, I'm sure everyone knows what this is, but it's a memoir of a woman who hiked the PCT, and I listened to this one on audiobook. And this one is also going to go in talented, incredible, and show-stopping because it was wonderful. It was very inspiring. It made me cry, especially the parts where she was talking about like her mother passing away. It made me very emotional, so that one goes there. Next we have a manga that I read very recently, and that is 5 centimeters per second. This is gonna have to go in All Pass. Nothing happened in this whole manga. There was no plot. It was just kind of two teenagers just vibing. That's it. Like, you can pass on it. It's not that great. So this one should not be a tough one, but it is because of the author's recent events, and that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This was a reread for me, obviously, early in the year. I don't want to discredit what the books actually mean to me because of how the author has acted, but I find it a little bit difficult to separate them. Also, like, the first book is not... No, it's gonna go in talented, incredible, and show-stopping. It's got to, okay? I can't explain myself. Okay, so then we have the next two books in the Grisha trilogy. Siege and Storm automatically is going to go in All Pass because that was awful. It had second book syndrome. It was so boring. There was no plot. And it was just unnecessary. Like, She should have made this a duology like she did with Six of Crows, but I feel like when these were published, duologies weren't, like, they didn't really exist. Like, they definitely weren't as mainstream as, like, full trilogies were, but I feel like she does better with duologies. And then Ruin and Rising I did like. I'm going to put it in okay, you cute, because it wasn't as bad as Siege and Storm, but it wasn't quite as good as Shadow and Bone in my opinion, but it was still a fun time, so. Okay, then we have On the Island by Tracy Garbus Graves, which is a romance about two people who get stranded on an island. I'm gonna put her in okay, you cute, because it was a fun time. It was like a fun romance, but it wasn't anything special, so she cute. Then we have If You Find Me. This was a book I had owned forever, and then I randomly picked it up on ebook one day. And I liked it, but I read it in like January, and I honestly don't remember anything about it. I remember being sad. I'm gonna put it in okay, you cute, just because I really don't remember. Same with How to Tell If Your Cat Is Plotting to Kill You. This is like an adorable little graphic novel about cats that my friend had gifted me for Christmas. And I'm going to put that in okay, you cute too. Okay, next we have Coraline by Neil Gaiman. This is hard because I love the movie so much and the book is like exactly the same, but I think I'm going to put it in okay, you cute. This is controversial, but I feel like the book didn't have quite the same impact that the movie did, probably because I've seen the movie first and I've seen it so many times. So she cute, but the movie's better. Uncharted by Tracy Garbus Graves. This is the little like novella that she published to follow up On the Island, and I'm gonna go with she cute too, okay, because I did like seeing a little bit more of their story and where they ended up, and their family, and it was really cute and I did like it. And it was like, it had like a hopeful vibe to it, so I think it did add and I appreciated it, so that'll go there. Then we have Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I listened to this audiobook right after I watched the mini-series with Amy Adams, which mini-series 10 out of 10. So good. Highly recommend. The book was also very good. I'm going to put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping because I really appreciated it. I really liked listening to that thriller on audio. I need to listen to more thrillers on audiobook because I really enjoy it. And yeah, I liked it. It was solid. It was pretty good. Then we have a reread, which was Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which I'm sorry to be that person, but would die for these. I love this series, and especially Clockwork Princess is the best. I'm sure I don't need to tell you because everyone on BookTube who reads YA will already tell you, but incredible. So then we have George by Alex Gino, and this is a children's book actually, and it's about a child who is coming out as trans, and this was so adorable. And this is like, sometimes I'll read books and I'm like, I am gonna save this for my child to read. So this talented, incredible, show-stopping, we loved it. It was very cute, and I want children to read this because they would get a lot out of it. So then we have Every Hearted Doorway by Shauna Maguire. I want to give these a reread because I did listen to these on audio and I don't think I paid close enough attention. I'm gonna put it in okay, you cute, because I did really enjoy the premise and I liked the asexual representation. There's a lot of great representation in these books, but I think they would do so much better if they were longer. I wish they weren't like novellas. I wish they were like, I would love like some 500-page books by Shauna Maguire on like with these same characters and on these same topics. So that's just my opinion. Okay, then we've got Hunger by Roxane Gay. which was incredible, would die for it. It is a memoir by Roxane Gay, who's absolutely incredible, and it's about eating disorders and body image, and it was just so beautiful, and I loved her narration. She narrates the audiobook herself, and just 10 out of 10. Amazing book. The next book is kind of random, and this is A Dangerous Age by, I think, Kelly Kaloran Bensimon. This was a book that my friend lent me. She got it for like $2 on sale, and it was like Sex and the City, the novel. It was actually really fun. I was very invested. I could not put it down, but I'm gonna put it in okay, you cute. Like, it's a cute book, but it didn't have a ton of substance, and it was a little bit predictable, but it was still, like, it was fun. Then we have The Hike, which is one of the strangest books I've read, but I really loved it. I'm gonna put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping. It's about a guy who, like, stays at this hotel, and he, like, asks about hiking spots, and everyone's like, there's no hiking spots around here, and then he finds one, and crazy things start to happen, and he's, like, trapped there forever, and it's just a wild time. Like, I would recommend picking up the audiobook. It was really good. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware is gonna go in all pass. This whole thing was just, like, pretty predictable to me, and it was, like, a little bit boring, and I thought it was a little bit, like, tedious and long-winded, so just wasn't my cup of tea. Tales from Shadowhunter Academy, I absolutely loved. Talented, incredible, show-stopping. This is a book of short stories about Simon Lewis from The Mortal Instruments, and absolutely loved it. It was great. Love Simon. He's one of my favorite characters from that series. Next year for sure. This is a tough one. This is about, like, a couple who have kind of, like, stumbled into polyamory, and neither of them are very sure what they're doing, and there's, like, a lot of new things that they're experiencing, and they're not on the same page about everything, and it was very interesting how this novel explored polyamory, and I really liked it. I think I am going to put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping. It kind of stuck with me. I still think about it a lot. Yeah, I really liked it. I don't think enough people are talking about that book. Then we have Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater, going straight in, would die for these. This is her spin-off series from the Raven Cycle, following Ronan Lynch, who was my absolute favorite character, is my favorite character, and introducing new characters who are amazing, like the best cast of characters. She knows how to write her characters. How many more times can I say the word characters? But amazing. Cannot wait for the rest of the trilogy. Then we have Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna Maguire, and I liked this one more than the first, so I think I am going to put this one in talented, incredible, show-stopping. This is the second book, and it follows Jack and Jill, who I really, really liked their story. That was my favorite one that I read. I think I only read the 2, but really liked that one. Then we have The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, which has to go in talented, incredible, show-stopping. It was amazing. It's about police brutality against black people, and it was devastating and so sad, and I really, really loved it. It's a very important book, and I think, like, all of the hype that it gets is well deserved. Then we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I really liked this book, and I'm going to put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping, because it was amazing, and I loved the representation, and I loved the format of the book. I think Taylor Jenkins Reid does very unique formats, and I really appreciate that, but I can't put it in would die for these because Daisy Jones is, like, a step higher. So talented, incredible, show-stopping. Love it. Okay, then we have The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare. I got into Tessa Dare this year, started reading some historical romance, and I loved it. Loved talented, incredible, show-stopping. Loved this one. Amazing. It's just such a fun time. If you want to get into romance novels, especially historical ones following dukes, definitely recommend this series. I'm so sad that the 4th book was pushed back. I think it was supposed to come out in August and it's not coming out until February 2021 now. And I require it, but we can wait. It's fine. Okay, this is a hard one as well. This is Defining Moments in Black History, Reading Between the Lies by Dick Gregory. This is a Black history book that I learned quite a bit from, and I appreciated that. However, Dick Gregory has some very controversial opinions that I do not agree with, especially relating to victim shaming when it comes to the case of Bill Crosby and Michael Jackson. And those parts, for that reason, I have to put it in all pass. Because I did learn a lot about Black history and I appreciated a lot of the facts that he gave, but I can't support those opinions and I hated hearing him talk about those. So I'll have to pass on that one and I won't pick up any more of his books. I will go to other sources for information. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nangon. This was a reread and I'm going to put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping. I love it. Fantasy book, female romance. I would die for Ren. Love her as a character. I love them all. This is great. Great. That's all I have to say. Wendy's Button Box by Stephen King. This is the year that I realized that I am not a Stephen King fan. I've tried so much. I think I read another one of his books this year as well, but his writing is just so... This is so controversial, but his writing is bland and boring, and I feel like he uses harsh language in his books that I don't always agree with. And it kind of feels to me, especially with some of his like shorter books, that he tries to like pump out works of fiction really quickly. They're all kind of the same. However, I do have a couple on my shelf right here. I have Gerald's Game because I watched the movie and I really enjoyed it. I loved how like messed up and twisted it was, so I really do want to read this. And then I have Nightmares and Dreamscapes, which is a collection of his short stories, and this is a really old edition that was given to me by my dad, so I'll never get rid of that. I read the first short story and I'll probably read some more from this as well. And I would also like to read Misery, but aside from that, I think I'm good on the Stephen King. Anyway, that tangent is to say that Gwendy's Button Box is going to go in all pass. It was an interesting concept, but it was too short and there wasn't enough explanation, and you know, it's fine. It's fine. Sadie by Courtney Summers. I liked, so I'm gonna put it in Okay You Cute, because once again I don't remember much from this book. I did listen to the audiobook and it was half of the book is like a podcast, and I thought the audiobook was really cool in the way that it did that, but I remember not really vibing with the ending. Yeah, it's cute, but I'm good. Then we have Adultolescence by Gabby Hanna, which is a poetry book written by the YouTuber Gabby Hanna. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. I saw this book for really cheap, so I picked it up. The poems in here are laughable. They're not good. They're not good. I'm so sorry. She's coming out with another book and I will read it if I see it anywhere for cheap. But I just don't think her writing's for me. Then we have Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, and I feel like I liked this more than a lot of people did on BookTube, especially. I feel like I really enjoyed this one. Like, I'm going to put it in talented, incredible, show-stopping. It was so cute. I loved the romance. I read this in like one day, and I'm not a huge fan of YA contemporary. Usually I like the ones that are more hard-hitting, not like the like lighter, fluffier ones. And this did have some aspects to it that were hard-hitting, but I liked it. I really liked it. So I liked both of the characters. I thought they were great. So yeah, show-stopping. The Governess Game by Tessa Dare. Once again, talented, incredible, show-stopping. while we're here, also going to take the Wallflower Wager and also put it in that section. I love those books and I stand by it forever. We have another Stephen King. We have The Outsider. This one is going to be a no from me, dog. I did not like this. I thought it was so boring and so long, and I hated the paranormal aspect to it. No, I've had enough. Not a fan of that one. Then we have Honeybee. This is a poetry book that I saw for really cheap on Kindle, and honestly, it was the cover that just sold me because it's so cute. So it is going to be an okay, you cute. I don't really vibe with poetry a lot of the time. I like fictional novels written in verse, but I don't usually love poetry collections, but you wouldn't know that because I keep picking them up and then I keep not liking them, so. Okay, then we have The Tale of Despero. This was so cute. This is a children's book, another one that I want to save for my kids. It was very sad though, but it's talented, incredible, show-stopping, amazing. Bad with Money by Gabby Dunn. I listened to this audiobook. I really like Gabby Dunn's podcast that she has with Allison Raskin called Just Between Us. I think they are very well spoken and very informative, so I really appreciate them. And I was interested in her finance book and I liked it. I feel like it would have been a lot more beneficial to me 6 years ago, and also a lot of the information was very US based, which I guess makes sense because she does live in the US, so a lot of her information is going to be very American, but I live in Canada, so a lot of it was not applicable. Some of it was, but just for that reason I think I'm going to have to pass. It was fine, but it didn't do much for me personally. Next we have Women Talking. This was great. Incredible, talented, show-stopping. It was great. It takes place within 48 hours, and it's about a group of women who have been having dreams that they were being attacked in the night by men, and they find out that they weren't dreams, and they're being told to forgive these men, and basically it's just 2 days of them discussing what to do, whether they should leave or stay and forgive, or stay and fight against what they're being told to do, and it was wonderful. I really appreciated that book. I liked it a lot. Then we have Hexvet. I don't know if this is the first or second, but they're both right here, so we'll do them both at the same time. This is just a little graphic novel that was on Scribd that I read. They were very short, and they're about witches who work at a vet for magical animals like dragons and all that good stuff. It was very, very cute. Okay, you cute. Nothing crazy special. A little under my age range, I think, but very, very cute. Then we have Heartstopper. I have all 3 volumes here. These were a reread. These. Nope. Talented, incredible, show-stopping. I love them all so much. I love Nick and Charlie. I actually haven't read any of Alice Oseman's novels yet, and I really, really want to, especially the one that's about Charlie's sister. I think that one's Solitaire. So let me know which one's your favorite, if you've read any of them. Okay, and then we have The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzie Lee. And I read this before all of the drama about Mackenzie Lee came out, so I just want to say that I do not agree with anything the author has done. However, this book was really cute. I really, really liked her series. The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, and the sequel. I really liked them. So I'm going to put it in Okay You Cute, because this was a very adorable novella. Then we have Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I read very recently, and this is going straight to the top. I would die for these characters. This is going to be definitely in my favorites of the year, and I know a lot of people had this book in their favorites of last year, but I am behind. But it was great. Absolutely loved this. Oh no. I reread, excuse me, the first 3 Twilight books during quarantine. I don't know how to rate these. I think I'm gonna have to just put them all in okay, you cute. Actually, I'll pass on New Moon. I don't like New Moon. Eclipse, okay, you cute. Because, like, they're kind of middle of the road because they're so nostalgic. However, they're not great books, you know? I'm currently reading Midnight Sun. Not a great book, but I love them forever. Then we have The Test by Sylvain Neuvel. I really liked this one. I'm gonna put it in okay, you cute. It was like a Black Mirror. No, actually, I'm gonna put it in Talented, Incredible, and Show-Stopping. It was like a Black Mirror episode. It was very cool. It was very, very short. It was like 100 pages. And I really loved it. So, very cool book to check out if you get the chance. Then we have To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. Talented, amazing, show-stopping, so good. This has very subtle polyamory. It's set in space. I definitely want to reread this one. I don't own a physical copy, so I want to get my hands on that and then give it a reread because I really loved it, and I want to read her other books as well. Okay, we're getting there. We have Malamander. Okay, you cute. I'm not the biggest fan of middle grade. Usually I only read middle grade if like I have some sort of like nostalgia or if I read it when I was a kid. So this one, it just wasn't for me. It was very cute though. Then we have Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs? This was a very cool book. Sorry, my voice is very tired. I've been filming a lot of videos today. And it was good. Gonna be an okay, you cute. It was a really fun book. Okay, then we have Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, which was amazing, talented, show-stopping. It was great. That one's a very popular one right now with an absolutely beautiful cover, by the way. And it was just so good. It was so good. It's about like performative allyship by white people, and it is very much worth a read. Oh, and then we have My Dark Vanessa. When I originally read this book, I think I gave it 4 stars. However, this is one that has stuck with me for so long. I cannot stop thinking about this book. Talented, incredible, show-stopping. It deals with very heavy subject matter, like major trigger warnings for this book that I recommend looking at before you go into it. But it was so well written. I think my only qualm with it was that it was a little bit repetitive at times, like a lot could have been cut down, but it was very, very good. Then we have Anna Kay. This was a retelling of Anna Karenina with Gossip Girl vibes, and I absolutely loved it. Talented, incredible, and show-stopping. Great. I don't have a lot to say. Oh, Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This is going straight to the very top. Would die for this book. This book is by the woman, Chanel Miller, who was sexually assaulted by Brock Turner. This was absolutely incredible. I recommend this book to everyone. It made me cry multiple times. It was so good. So good. Probably, like, don't want to say anything yet, but probably going to be my favorite book of the year. Then we have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. And this is very upsetting to me because I was really looking forward to this prequel and I did not like it. Like, it's gonna be a no from me, dog. It was not good. I did not like Coriolanus. Obviously, he's an unlikable character, but I don't think he was done properly as an unlikable character. It was very much, no, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I can go into it further if you want me to, but this video is probably getting long, so. Then we have Clappin' You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, which is the most recent book that I finished. Talented, incredible, and show-stopping. Absolutely loved it. It deals with grief and family, and it was just beautiful. The Picture of Dorian Gray. No, I would die for this book. I love this book. This is one of my favorite classics. I think this and Pride and Prejudice are probably my favorite classics ever. It is so good. It's just so good. We love Oscar Wilde. We stand. Girl Interrupted, I'm gonna have to pass on. I used to really like the movie, but I don't really think that's my taste anymore. And I read the book very recently and just, no, I'm good. I'm good. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls is gonna, like, I would die for this book. Incredible. The best memoir, one of the best memoirs I've read. I think I like Know My Name better. Know My Name is probably the best memoir I've read. But I love a good memoir. I think it was amazing. I think Jeanette Walls is an incredible writer. Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. Talented, incredible. Oh, my camera keeps cutting off and I've been talking for so long. Okay. But I loved this book. I love historical fiction, especially set around World War II. That is my sweet spot. Really liked it. It was great. We're almost there. We're almost done. Okay. Another controversial one. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not a fan. I have read the first 2 books in the series. In fact, I've read the first book 3 times because I keep forgetting everything that happens when I want to continue the series. And the 3rd time I read it, like, I'm just done. I think I'm just done. I own the whole series and I think I am going to unhaul it. If you really think that I should keep it and give it a chance, I know people say it gets better, however those books are just so chunky that I don't know. Like, is it worth it? Let me know. Then we have The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner by Stephanie Meyer, which I read last week. I liked it. Okay, You Cute. I thought it really added to the Twilight series. I would prefer a whole 4-book series on Bree Tanner rather than Bella and Edward. Loved it. Then we have Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, and I think this is going to go in, it's going to go in Okay, You Cute. Because of the author, and because that's probably my least favorite in the series. Although I do still love Harry Potter. Obviously, I'm not crazy. Okay, and that's it. We finished. So, this is my final tier ranking of all the books that I've read this year so far. So you've got 7 that I would die for, and 3 that I absolutely did not like at all. So that's pretty good. Most of them are in Talented, Incredible, and Show-Stopping, which is good. That means I'm reading some books that I am loving this year. Oh, my voice is very tired. But thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these books down below, if you agree with me, disagree, etc. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!